My name is Vincent. I've always believed that trust is the root of love. Without it, love feels fake. Beautiful on the surface but empty inside. That belief was tested in the harshest way. I was engaged to a woman named Casey. We had been together for years, gradually shaping what I thought was a solid future. But everything collapsed. The night I uncovered she was still involved with someone else. That moment flipped my entire world upside down, and I want to tell you exactly how it happened. Casey and I first crossed paths at a housewarming party thrown by a mutual friend. What began as a simple chat stretched into hours of conversation. There was an instant spark, and before the night ended we exchanged numbers. At first things stayed light: coffee, meetups, quick lunches whenever our schedules aligned. But it didn't remain casual for long. Those short moments shifted into dinners, weekend outings, and long late-night talks. Eventually we officially became a couple. Relationship moved at a steady pace. We weren't rushing, but we weren't standing still either. After a couple of years, Casey started spending nearly every weekend at my place from Friday night until Sunday evening. Felt natural. Though she never officially moved in, we were practically living together. My place was bigger, and while I stayed at her apartment now and then, it never really made sense to stay long-term. One thing I admired was how open she seemed. From the beginning she spoke freely about her past, her family, her old relationships, and even her mistakes. There were no barriers, or so I thought. She often mentioned a childhood friend she was close with, describing him like a brother, someone who had always been there but never in a romantic way. I never doubted her. She'd never given me a reason not to trust. Eventually we got engaged. She said yes, with joy in her eyes. We started planning our future, wedding locations, honeymoon ideas, and even the kind of house we wanted to build our life in. Was fully committed emotionally and financially. I was saving, planning, and doing everything I could to give her the life she deserved. It all felt real, like we were in harmony. But sometimes the clearest picture hides the darkest truth. It was an ordinary Friday night. Arrived with her usual weekend bag, smiling and cheerful. We ate dinner together, and during the meal she said she'd have to leave early the next day to visit her parents. Some family matter, she claimed. I didn't question her. Always given her space with things she didn't want to explain. She had never lied to me before, so I saw no reason to doubt her now. After dinner we settled on the couch to watch a movie. Halfway through, her head rested on my shoulder, and she fell asleep, something she often did when tired. I wrapped my arm around her and let her rest. While the film played, her phone kept lighting up. Sound, just flashes on the screen. Assumed it was harmless, maybe a group. When the credits rolled, I leaned forward to wake her, but the previews on her lock screen caught my eye. Those weren't messages from a brother. Without thinking, I entered her passcode. We'd shared passwords long ago as a sign of trust. I unlocked it, expecting nothing. But what I found crushed me. The messages were from that childhood friend. They weren't innocent. They were filled with affection, teasing, and inside jokes I didn't know. Plans had been made for the next day. One message hit the hardest. He wrote, "Can't wait to see you tomorrow." She replied with a heart and said, "I told him I'll be at my family's. We're good to go." That was sent just hours earlier while we ate dinner. I didn't wake her. I sat frozen, watching her sleep peacefully, unaware. My chest felt hollow, my thoughts spinning. How long had this been going? Had I been blind? Was I not enough? The next morning she acted like nothing was wrong. She kissed my cheek, brushed her teeth and packed her bag. She kept saying how much she'd miss me, wishing the weekend was longer, and promised to leave work early next time so we could have more time together. Barely spoke. Every word sounded rehearsed. Maybe it was. Maybe she'd practiced those lines before her secret plans. He paused, looked at me and asked, "Are you okay?" I shrugged, gave a vague reply. Laughed, teasing, "You're already missing me." She nudged me, playful, forced a smile, but inside I felt crushed. When she zipped her bag and walked to the door, I followed. It was routine. Open the door, she'd give me a kiss and leave. But this time was different. She stepped out, I didn't say goodbye. Didn't say drive safe or text me. Instead, I looked into her eyes and said, "Good luck on your date." Her expression changed instantly. It was like her mind was scrambling to land on the right emotion. She stammered, confused. "Wait. What are you talking about?" Her voice shook, but I didn't let her go on. I lifted my hand gently but firmly and said, "Stop. There's no point," I told her. Then I closed the door. As I walked away, something inside me closed. The silence didn't last long. Almost instantly, her knocks began, loud, desperate, as if she could rewind time. As if she couldn't accept what had just happened and needed to undo it. Her pounding shifted into muffled sobs, then pleading through the door. Her voice shook as she begged me to listen. My phone buzzed once, then again, then nonstop. I didn't even have to check to know who it was, but I did anyway. As I expected, message after message kept coming. "Please open the door." Me explain. "It didn't mean anything. I'm not going anymore. We'll cut off. Whoever you want. Just open up." I sat staring at my screen. Her words blurred together. She claimed it meant nothing. But if that were true, why lie? Why pretend she was seeing family? Arrange an entire weekend away with another man. My chest was heavy. My mind spun in circles. Was the whole relationship just smoke and mirrors? She ever love me the way I had loved her? Or was I simply the safe option? Steady, reliable while she tested her feelings for someone else? Had he always been in the background? Was she ever truly done with him? Or was I just a placeholder? I stayed silent. I didn't open the door. I didn't reply. Hours passed with her. Crying, knocking, begging, sending message after message. Then she finally left. But it didn't end there. Not even close. Days went by, then weeks. Every morning in the beginning I'd wake up to a flood of unread texts. She wasn't hiding her desperation anymore. Messages were raw, short, sent at all hours. "Please talk to me. I didn't mean to hurt you." Me explain. "Miss you." One night, almost at midnight, she wrote, "I know I don't deserve another chance, but I'll keep asking until you tell me to stop." I never blocked her. I rarely opened the messages. I just see them light up my lock screen, then put the phone back down. Still, the temptation to respond was there. Course it was. Had loved her deeply. But whenever I felt close to replying, I remembered what she had done, the way she had chosen lies. Then one weekend there was another knock. My door. I didn't move right away. Just sat on the couch waiting for her to give up. But she didn't. She stood there quietly for a long time, then knocked again, firmer this time. And then came her voice. "Vincent, please. Not here to fight. I just need to talk." I stayed silent, hoping she'd leave. She didn't. 15 minutes passed before she spoke again. Her words broke as she said, "You were right. Messed. But please let me explain." That's when I opened the door. She didn't say anything, just stared at her, waiting. She began talking. She admitted she had been emotionally confused. It wasn't love she went back to, just a piece of her past she missed and didn't know how to let go. She confessed she lied, saying she never thought I'd find out, which was why she felt safe doing behind my back. Over and over she insisted it didn't mean anything. But if it truly meant nothing, why hide? That secrecy alone proved it meant something. I didn't interrupt. I let her keep talking until she ran out of words. When she finally stopped, she looked at me, as if waiting for judgment. Asked the one question that mattered. Would you have told me if I hadn't found out? She froze. Her mouth opened, then closed. Her eyes dropped to the floor. Her lips trembling, but no words came. And in that silence, I heard the truth, louder than anything she could have said. If I hadn't checked her phone, if I hadn't read those messages, she would have gone away that weekend, come back, smiling like nothing happened, and kept planning our wedding. I stepped back. She lifted her eyes, filled with fragile hope, maybe thinking I forgive her. But I didn't. I said, then this engagement was built. Lies. And I won't build a marriage on that. She started to speak again, but I raised my hand softly. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't going to yell. I just told her, please don't message me again. Don't come here. Don't show up. Let this be the last time. Then I stepped inside and locked the door. She stood there for a moment, her eyes heavy with pain, before walking away. People say love is built on trust. Never thought I'd face a moment where I had to question everything. But when I discovered what Casey was hiding, it wasn't just trust that shattered. Felt like love itself broke too. It's a strange thing, realizing how wrong you were about someone. Can pour your time, your effort, your heart into them and still be blindsided. And that's what cuts the deepest. Not only the betrayal itself, but what it reveals, that she was willing to keep a secret this big. It made me question every memory, every honest moment we'd shared. Betrayal doesn't just break trust. Makes you doubt what was ever real. Even now I catch myself replaying memories, asking, was that genuine? I won't pretend I've healed completely. I haven't. But I do know one thing with certainty. I deserve truth. So I'll ask you, if you were in my shoes, what would you have done? Did I make the right choice, or was there something else I should have considered? Tell me your thoughts, because someone out there might be living through this right now, and maybe your words could help them find clarity.